Hello friends, in this session I explain a decision tree. A decision tree is a decision support tool that use a tree like model of decision and their possible consequence, including chance of events, outcomes, resource cost and utility. It is one way to display an algorithm that only contains conditional control statement. Decision tree is the most powerful and popular tool for classification and prediction. A decision tree is a flowchart like tree structure where each internal node denotes a test on an attribute. Each branch represents an outcome of the test, and each leaf node, or we can say terminal node, holds a class label. Based on that, I start our session on decision tree. Decision tree mining is a type of data mining technique that is included to build classification model. It builds classification models in the form of tree, like structure, just like its name. This type of mining belongs to supervised class learning. In supervised learning, the target result is already known. Decision tree can be used for both categorical and numerical data. The categorical data represent gender, marital status, etc. While the numerical data represent age, temperature, etc. Now I explain an example of a decision tree with data set is shown below. Like in this example, we have a table with five labels like outlook, temperature, humidity, windy, and play golf. These labels are divided into two categories like predictors and target. Now, based on the target, we have generate a decision tree. So our target class is play golf. Now, the remaining labels are outlook, temperature, humidity, and windy. Now, our question is that in which condition we can play golf. So, our main class is outlook that includes different attributes like sunny, overcast, and rainy. Now, the second label is temperature that includes hot, mild, and cool characteristics. Now, third label is humidity that include high and normal characteristics. Now, fourth label is windy that includes false and true. And our target class includes can we play a golf? Yes or no. So, based on decision tree, we can see that we can play a golf in three conditions. Like in sunny, if windy is false, then we can play a golf. In overcast, we can play a golf. But in rainy, if humidity is normal, then we can play a golf. So this represent how we can generate a decision tree based on the table, or we can say a data set. Now, I explain what is the use of a decision tree. A decision tree is used to build classification and regression model. It is used to create data models that will predict class labels or values for the decision making process. The models are built from the training data set fed to the system, or we can say it is a supervised learning. Using a decision tree, we can visualize the decisions that make it easy to understand and thus it is a popular data mining techniques. Now, I explain classification analysis. Data classification is a form of analysis which builds a model that describes important class variables. For example, a model built to categorize bank loan application as safe or risky. Classification methods are used in machine learning and pattern recognition. Application of classification includes fraud detection, medical diagnosis, target marketing, etc. The output of the classification problem is taken as mode of all observed value of the terminal nodes. Now I explain a two-step process is followed in decision tree to build a classification model like this. In the first step, or we can say in learning, the classification model based on training data is built. In the second step, or we can say in classification, the accuracy of the model is checked on the model is used to classify new data. The class labels presented here are in the form of discrete value such as yes or no and safe or risky. So this way we have classified a model. Now for that we have a regression analysis. So in regression analysis is used for prediction of numeric attributes. Numeric attributes are also called continuous value. A model built to predict the continuous value instead of class label is called as regression model. The output of regression analysis is the mean of all observed value of the node. Now I explain how does a decision tree is work. A decision tree is a supervised learning algorithm that works for both discrete and continuous variables. It splits the data set into subsets of the basis of the most significant attribute in the data set. So, how does the decision tree identify these attributes and how this splitting is done is decided by the algorithm. For that, the most significant predictor is designed as the root node. Splitting is done to from subnodes called decision nodes, and the nodes which do not split further are terminal or leaf node. In the decision tree, the dataset is divided into homogeneous and non-overlapping regions. It follows a top-down approach as the top region presents all the observation at a single place, which split into two or more branches that further split. This approach is also called a greedy approach as it only considers the current node between the worked on without focusing on the further nodes. The decision tree algorithm will continue running until a stop criteria, such as the minimum number of observation or etc. Once a decision tree is built, many nodes may represent outliers or noisy data. Tree pruning methods is applied to remove unwanted data. This is done improve the accuracy of the classification model. To find the accuracy of the model, a test set consists of test tuples and class label is used. The percentage of the test set tuples are correctly classified by the model to identify the accuracy of the model. If the model is focused to the accurate, then it used to classify the data tuples for which the class label are not known. Some of the decision tree algorithm includes ID3, CD 4.5 and CART. Now, I explain the example of creating a decision tree. Like now, I explain example of creating a decision tree. Now, see in figure, the first step of this figure is learning steps. The training data is fed into the system to be analyzed by a classification algorithm. In this example, the class label is the attributes, or we can say it is a loan decision. The model built from this training data is represented in the form of decision rule. Now, in second step is classification. The test data are fed to the model to check the accuracy of the classification rule. If the model gives acceptable result, then it is approved to a new data set with unknown class variable. Now, I explain a decision tree induction. Decision tree induction is the method of learning the decision trees from the training set. The training set consists of attributes and class labels. Application of decision tree induction include astronomy, financial analysis, medical diagnosis, manufacturing, and production. A decision tree is a flowchart tree like structure that is made from training set tuples. The data set is broken down into a smaller subsets and is present in the form of nodes of a tree. The tree structure has a root node, internal node or decision node, leaf node and branches. The root node is the topmost node. It represents the best attribute selected from classification. Internal nodes of the decision nodes represent a test of an attribute of the dataset leaf node or terminal node which represent the classification or decision label. The branches shows the outcomes of the test performance, or we can say a test performed. Some decision tree only have binary nodes. That means exactly two branch of node, while some decision tree has non-binary. Now I explain a CART, C-A-R-T. CART model, or we can say classification and regression model, is a decision tree algorithm for building model. Decision tree model where the target value has a discrete nature is called classification model. A discrete value is a finite or countably infinite set of value. For example, age, size, etc. The model where the target value are represented by continuous values are usually numbers that are called regression model. Continuous variables are floating points variable. These two models together are called CART. CART use Gini index as classification matrix. Now I explain decision tree induction for machine learning, or we can say it is an ID3 algorithm. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, J. Rose Quinlan was a researcher who built a decision tree algorithm for machine learning. This algorithm is known as ID3, or we can say iterative discometer or iterative discomeasure. This algorithm was an extension of the concept learning system described by E.B. Hunt, J. N. Murray. ID3 later comes to be known as C4.5 ID3 and C4.5 follow a greedy top-down approach for constructing decision tree. The algorithm starts with the training dataset with class labels that are portioned into small subset as the tree is being constructed. For that, the initial is there are three parameters, or we can say it is attribute list, attribute selection method, and data partition. The attribute list describes the attributes of the training set tuples. The attribute selection method describes the method for selecting the best attribute for discrimination among tuples. The method used for attribute selection can either be information gain or Gini index. The structure of the tree, or we can say it is binary or non-binary, is decided by the attribute selection method. When constructing a decision tree, it starts as a single node representing a tuple. If the root node tuples represent different class labels, then it calls an attribute selection method to split or partitioning the tuple. The step will lead to the formation of branch and decision node. The splitting method will determine which attributes should be selected to partition the data tuples. It also determined the branch to be grown from the nodes according to the test outcomes. The main motive of the splitting criteria is that the partition at each branch of the decision tree should represent the same class label. I explain this. An example of splitting attributes is shown like first is partition above is discrete value, like we have a class like color, or we can say it is a root, so it can divides like red, green, yellow, blue. It's the characteristics of color. Now in second is the partitioning above is for the continuous value. Like in this, we have class income and it can divides into two class, like it is the income is less than or equal to 20,000 or it is a greater than to 20,000. The above partitioning steps are followed recursively to form a decision tree for the training data tuples. The partitioning steps only when either all the partition are made or when the remaining tuples cannot be partitioned further. The complexity of the algorithm is described by n into d into log d, where n is number of the attributes in the training dataset D and log D is the number of tuples. So now I explain overall summary of classification by decision tree induction. So in decision tree it is a flow chart like tree structure. Internal nodes denotes a test on an attributes node, or we can say non-leaf node denotes a test on an attributes. Branch represent an outcome of the test. Leaf node represent class label or class distribution, or we can say terminal node. The topmost node is the tree, is the root node. We know decision tree generation consists of two phases. First, for the tree construction, at start, all the training example or we can say train data are at the root. Partition example recursively based on the selected attributes or we can say it is a tree pruning. Identified and remove branches that reflect noise or outlier. Now we can now I explain a typical decision tree is shown in figure. It represents the concept by computer. That is, it predicts whether a customer at all electronics is likely to purchase a computer. In this example, internal nodes are denoted by rectangles and leaf nodes are denoted by ovals. Some decision tree algorithms produce only binary tree, where each internal nodes branch to exactly two other nodes, whereas others can produce non-binary trees. So, how are decision tree used for classification? For that, given a tuple X for which the associate class label is unknown, the attributes value for the tuple are tested against the decision tree. A path is traced from the root to leaf node, which holds the class prediction for the tuples. Decision tree can easily be converted to classification rule. So in this tree, we have a root node age and our internal node is student and credit rating. Based on that, we have find out if student can purchase a computer or not and credit rating for that we have identified for that person can purchase computer yes or no. Now I explain how a decision tree generate. For that, the tree starts as a single node N representing the training tuples in D, or it can say step number 1. If the tuples in D are all of the same class, then node N becomes a leaf and is labeled with that class, or we can say it is a step 2 and 3. Note that step 4 and 5 are terminating conditions. All of the terminating conditions are explained at the end of the algorithm. Otherwise, the algorithm calls attribute selection method to determine the splitting criteria. The splitting criteria tell us which attribute to test at the node N by determining the best way to separate or partitioning the tuples in D into individual class. It's called step number 6. Now next is the splitting criteria also tell us which branch to grow from node N, which represent to outcome of the chosen test. More specially, the splitting criteria indicates the splitting attributes and may also indicates either a splitting point or splitting subsets. The splitting criteria is determined so that ideally the resulting partitioning at each branch as pruned as possible. As a partition is pruned if all the tuples in belong to the same class, in other words, if we were to split up the tuples in D according to the manually executive outcomes of the splitting criteria. We hope for the resulting partitioning to be pruned as possible. Now, the node N Node N is labeled with the splitting criteria with serve as a test as a node. It's called step number 7. A branch is grown from node N from each of the outcomes of the splitting criteria. The tuples in D are partitioned according to step 10 to 11. Now, there are three possibilities scenario as illustrated in this figure. Let A be the splitting attribute. A has 5 distinct values from A1, A2 to A5. Based on that training data, three possibilities for partitioning tuples based on the splitting criteria. Shown with example, let A be the splitting attributes for figure 1. If A is discrete value, then one branch is grown from each known value of A. Now in second figure, if A is continuous valued, then two branches are grown. Correspondingly, A is less than or equal to splitting point and A is greater than splitting points. For C figure, if A is discrete value and a binary tree must be produced, then the test is of the from A belongs to S of A, where SA is the splitting subset of A. So this way we have generated a decision tree induction. Now I explain strength and weakness of decision tree. So first is strength of the decision tree methods. So decision tree are able to generate understandable rules. Second is decision tree perform classification without requiring much computations. Next is decision tree are able to handle both continuous and categorical variable. Decision tree provides a clear indication of which fields are most important for prediction or classification. Next is a decision tree does not need scaling of information. For that, missing value in data also do not influence the process of building a choice tree to any considerable extent. Next is a decision tree model is automatic and simple to explain to the technique team, or we can say a technical team as well as stakeholder. For that, compared to other algorithm, decision tree need less experience or expertise for data preparation during pre-processing. Next is a decision tree does not require a standardize of data. Now I explain weakness of decision tree. First is decision tree are less appropriate from estimation tasks where the goal is to predict the value of a continuous attribute. Next is decision tree are prone to error in classification problem with many class and relatively small numbers of training examples. Next is decision tree can be computationally expensive to train because the process of growing a decision tree is computationally expensive. At each node, each candidate splitting field must be shorter before its base split can be found. In some algorithms, combination of fields are used and a search must be made for optimal combination weighted. Pruning algorithm can also be expensive since many candidate subtree must be formed and compared. So this way we have see how decision trees generate. We can also see the ID3 algorithms, strength and weakness of decision tree. So thank you friends watching this video. I hope you can understand the concept of decision tree. Thank you.